Oh, hello. This is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video and would like to receive notifications of my future video postings, please subscribe. The goal of my YouTube channel is to help people to see food as a path to health rather than as an indulgence. I subscribe to the saying, let food be thy medicine and let medicine be thy food. However, at the same time, it is important for us to enjoy what we eat. I discovered in order to achieve these two aspects, the most effective way is to cook your own food. However, my channel is not a cooking channel. I'm not here to show you how to cook food. Because from many standpoints, I'm really not qualified to do that. Instead, I want to use me as a personal example of how I cook food every day and how I use food as a way to help me to enhance both my personal health as well as the health of my family. I want to use my situation as an example to demonstrate what could be done if you cook every day. Therefore, I have developed this cooking system that I use. I call it a fast cooking system. FAST is the acronym for the 4 attributes of this cooking system. It stands for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. It is designed to be flexible to apply to different situations that will suit your personal preference. In this video, I would like to tell you the story of one individual who was a subscriber of my YouTube channel. I will call him Jim for the purpose of this video. Jim made a comment on one of my video that really caught my attention. Jim said that I love your cooking system. It is flexible. It allows me to cook anytime I want. I love broccoli and I use the method on your video to cook broccoli. I make some modification and now I eat broccoli almost every day. I will cook broccoli for dinner in combination with other food ingredients, but sometimes I also use broccoli as a late night snack. His use of the word snack caught my attention because I have never heard of people eat broccoli for snack. So I wrote to him and asked him, how do you use broccoli as a snack? We then have several exchange of messages. He then explained to me how he actually incorporated broccoli into his late night snacks. Jim told me that the way how he cooked broccoli is perfect for him. He said as a child he always loved the stem of the broccoli, but however most of the time the stem is overcooked. He told me that he loved the stem to be crunchy, but at the same time he liked the floret to be velvet soft. It is the combination of these two textures that makes broccoli so attractive to him. Now for a long time, usually late in the evening, just shortly before he goes to bed, he will be hungry and he will look for some snacks. For years, he will eat potato chips. Sometimes he will have popcorn. Once in a while, he will get into the freezer and he will have a corn dog, or occasionally he will have a hot pocket. He said that has always been a problem for him because he consumes way more calories than he should. Furthermore, he also feels uncomfortable when he went to bed, and quite often he will suffer from heartburn. So he has been looking for an alternative to these snacks. So one day he said he came upon the idea, why don't I have broccoli for snacks? First of all, he told himself that he will consume far less calories. And secondly, that he will feel much better afterward. And then he realized that with the fast cooking system, he not only can make the broccoli exactly the way how he liked it, but he can also make it really quickly. He said that now he had developed a routine. It would take him 5 minutes from the time he walked into the kitchen to the broccoli ready to be served. He said no doubt it's a little bit more work in comparison than if he just took out a hot pocket from the freezer and stick it into the microwave oven. However, he convinced himself that from a nutritional standpoint, it is well worthwhile. Furthermore, he now really enjoys stir frying. In fact, it's been a lot of fun for him. He then told me a story of how he used broccoli recently as a snack. I thought it was a great story. He has given me permission to use this story on this video. Jim told me that one evening he went on a date and afterwards they came back to his house. They watch a movie together, and when the movie finished, they both feel a little bit hungry, and they were looking for something to snack. Jim told me when he mentioned that he has been using broccoli as a late night snack, and suggests that maybe that's what they could have. Not surprisingly, there are some puzzlement come on the face of his date. So the following is what Jim ended up making, and I would like to reproduce his dish. And then I will tell you the outcome at the end. For this demonstration, I'm going to use my Cucina 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to spot season the wok, use my spot seasoning method. If you're not familiar with this technique, you can take a look at this video. Another reason I spot season the wok because I want to get the oil as hot as possible. As Jim said, cooking this dish is very simple. It takes less than 5 minutes. Jim said actually heating up the wok and the oil takes about half of the time. So it turned out that the first thing Jim will do as soon as he walked into the kitchen, he will get the wok and put it on the stove, and he will turn the stove on while he will look for other ingredients to be used. Jim said he's now very good in watching out for the wok. In fact, he said, I have eyes on the back of my head. I can see exactly what's happening with the wok. He usually first heat up the wok for about 30 to 45 seconds. And then he will add 2 tablespoons of canola oil to the wok, just enough to cover the bottom of the wok. He will heat up the oil until the oil starts to smoke, and then he will turn down the heat, and he will let the oil to smoke for another 15 seconds. Now, he told me that for that particular evening, he wanted the dish to look good. And since he have most of the things already prepped in the refrigerator, he have them all available to be used. Jim told me that he started first by adding about 5 to 8 pieces of carrots to the wok, and then followed by with 5 cups of broccoli. Jim told me that the most important part of cooking this dish right is to make sure the oil temperature is really hot. And furthermore, make sure there are plenty of oil to coat the surface of the floret. He told me that he started out by not adding a whole lot of oil because he does not want the dish to be too oily. However, he will keep an eye on the floret. As you can tell in this demonstration, the floret suck up the oil very readily. So what I do is that I add some more oil directly over the surface of the floret. As Jim pointed out to me correctly, is that the oil will cook the floret very quickly because they are easy for the oil to penetrate into the floret. However, the stem will not be cooked as well because the oil could not penetrate into the stem. This turned out to be a critical trick to create the kind of texture that Jim liked, that the floret will be velvet soft, whereas the stem will remain crunchy. Jim said that he watched the cooking process closely, and since he had now cooked enough times, he knows exactly how the appearance represents the texture of the broccoli. After listening to Jim, I was thinking to myself, he is actually practicing flavor chasing. At this point, if you look at the texture or the appearance of the floret, it looks pretty soft. So my guess is that now it's almost, I would say, maybe 50 to 60% done. So Jim told me that since he wants to impress his date, he wants to make this dish look colorful. Now, he turned out that he has some purple cabbage that already prepped in the refrigerator. He told me that he adds about maybe a handful of cut purple cabbage into the dish. Now, he do not want to take that away from the broccoli because the broccoli is the main attraction of the dish. As you can see that Jim is really quite stingy with the oil. When he added the purple cabbage, it was quite clearly there's not enough oil to coat the purple cabbage. So he added more oil. In this case, I use my oil in a squeeze bottle, which makes it much easier for me to dispense the exact amount of oil that I want. As you can see, you don't need to add very much oil at all because the purple cabbage do not soak up oil just like the broccoli floret. So very quickly you can see the purple cabbage leaf start to be glistening with oil. With advanced prepping, Jim found some beautiful red pepper in the refrigerator, so he decided to add it to give it some more color. And with a few stir, the dish is ready to serve. As you can see that this dish is really beautiful, colorful, and what it appears is that it will taste wonderful too. Jim told me that it was a great success based on the fact that they have planned a dinner, home-cooked dinner in Jim's place the following weekend. I thank you for watching. If you would like to receive notifications of my future video postings, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.